All right, so we are live here in our Third Eye group and in Lorelei's Instagram feed. So thank you for watching and thank you for you guys for being here. We are just about to start. It's a crystal class that we host every couple of weeks with Lorelei, and this is a themed class. So if you haven't seen the past ones, it's on our Third Eye group. Just scroll back to some old videos. But if you have, this is the series for chakra crystals. And today's going to be about the solar plexus. So look, we got a yellow candle.
Yeah, perfect.
Solar plexus. This is perfect.
Right? I know.
It literally looks like this. I don't know if it's turns this way or this way, but it's one or the other. Anyway, it is the color of yellow. This is energy. This is willpower. She's going to go into it a lot more deeper, but if you are interested in learning about the solar plexus energy center, which you should be because this is where your energy comes from that kind of charges the rest of your body, this is a good class to be in. Thank you for watching, and afterwards, please check out her site. It is thirdeyewithlorelei.com. She has a podcast, a really neat Instagram page, and do you even call it an Instagram page?
I don't know.
Profile, whatever. So
yeah,
anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you, and thank you, Lorelei.
Yeah,
and use that as needed.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am Lorelei from Third Eye with Lorelei. As Bianca said, I have a podcast. I do tarot reads, usually in past life. And I also talk about crystals and pretty much anything metaphysical because that is my passion and I truly enjoy it. So as she was saying, we started off with protection stones, which is really based in your root chakra area, and we're moving up. So we already covered sacral, not last Tuesday, but the following. And then this Tuesday, we're moving up into your solar plexus. So just as a recap, your sacral plexus is your water space, your seat of manifestation. This is also like your yin space. It's a very feminine space. It's like a magnet that draws things to you. And then as we move up to our sacral area, this is our yang space. This is our seat of willpower, our seat of confidence, our seat of personal power, of psychic energy. And this is sort of like, as opposed this to being the moon, this is the sun. Okay, so this is outward energy where this is more inward type energy. Okay, so I did do a couple of notes here about the solar plexus. So it's also called the Manipura in Sanskrit, which translates to city of jewels. It's located in the upper belly at the diaphragm, and there are actually certain organs that are facilitated in this area. So your liver, your spleen, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your stomach, and your upper intestines. All those areas, when you have any blocks or any issues with this energy center, will have issues in turn in those physical centers as well. So if you have issues with your gallbladder, if you have issues with your upper intestinal tract or your stomach, sometimes that can be helped with doing solar plexus work. Okay, so this area it acts as the center of personal power. This chakra governs personality, ego, and identity, as well as personal freedom, choice, and authenticity. So this area is very, very sacred to who you are as a person, as it does with everybody else. It is your individuality that is expressed in this area, okay? So the solar plexus chakra also has much to do with motivation, willpower, and purpose, which stem from one's sense of personality efficacy. I know that's not personal efficacy. And I even typed it out. Like last time it was me writing it down and I was like, what did I even write here? Like I can't even read my own handwriting. And this time I was like, I'm going to type it this time because I'm not going to be it still happens, right? Okay, self-confidence and view of the self connect to the solar plexus chakra as well. So furthermore, this chakra governs the digestive system and its respective organs. As a result, it has jurisdiction over both the gut's emotional brain and stored emotions. And I could go into this whole big thing about your microbiome and gut health and how incredibly important that is and how it literally facilitates most of your immune responses, how it facilitates most overall body health. but just understand that this is a very powerful center just in your physical body, but it is also very, very powerful in your energetic body as well. Okay, so every major chakra in the body has a counterpart on this earth, which I thought was very interesting. And I was like, oh yeah, we're putting this little tidbit, this little nugget, so that everybody could get a little squee like me, because I'm like, oh, there's parts of the earth that represent your chakral centers. Like, let's talk about that. So the earth chakra, which pairs with the solar plexus, is located at a pair of massive rock formations in Australia called the Uluru and TJUTA. So I'm not sure if that's Chucha or it's Juta. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know. So both formations are thousands of feet tall and sit on a protected land due to their cultural value to Australian Aboriginal peoples, as they play important roles in creation and ancient wisdom. Fitting with the solar plexus chakral element of fire, the formation turns a fiery red color at sunrise and sunset. So I thought that was really interesting. So now you all know, right? So the solar plexus chakra has a masculine energy and is symbolized by the color yellow and or gold, and by a downward pointing triangle, within a 10-petaled flower. So, she was telling you, similar to this lotus flower, but it's a 10-petal flower it's surrounded by this triangle, okay? And it's a downward facing, so the point is facing down. So within a 10-petal flower, elementally the solar plexus chakra is associated with fire as well as the sun, and its mantra is "I can." I also would like to add in that another mantra for the solar plexus is "I am" as well, because this is your seat of your individuality. So it's very important for you to understand who you are in this space. Okay? So another really important thing, which will tie in the crystal with this area, is when it's blocked or out of balance. So when the energy of the solar plexus chakra is out of alignment, common physiological cues include gastric or digestion issues like stomach pain, heartburn, acid reflux, nausea, ulcers, and or a loss of appetite. Or I even like to say even like an overly stimulated appetite can be like an out of balance type of thing as well. So more serious conditions like diabetes, hypoglycemia, and even eating disorders can link back to the solar plexus chakra as well. Of course, this is a spiritual belief and does not replace the opinion of a trained doctor, right? But if you are experiencing any of these, just like, that's out of the norm for you, maybe take into consideration what is going on in my life that maybe is affecting this area, this place of self-worth, this place of I am, this place of personal power and confidence. What is happening in your life right now that may be affecting this area and may be causing some of those physical issues? Okay, so on an emotional scale, irresponsibility and excessive need for control. And I feel like that one in particular is really important for us to understand, because I feel like in doing readings and talking to more people, I feel like that, especially right now where a lot of the control in our environment is taken away from us, I feel like there's a lot of people that have a tremendous amount of turmoil and grief and sort of chaos or entropy around this idea that they don't have control of their environment. And so this can be affected pretty powerfully when you don't have control over your environment. And some people that have that issue where control needs to be in place, that can be very hard on this area, in this space. Okay, so let's see, a victim mentality and feelings of helplessness, insecurity, or inauthenticity can be connected to this chakra. So one thing that you can do that is very, very helpful if maybe you're just starting this whole journey and you're not entirely sure, you're like, I don't have any crystals, I'm not really sure where to begin. One thing to start to try is some yoga practice, because yoga is very, very helpful in getting these areas spinning again, because it focuses your breath in these areas. And even if you're not flexible and you don't really have like the thing or the time, even just sitting in meditation and focusing on breath in this area can be very, very effective and very, very helpful. So it's yoga is a really good tool for realigning the solar plexus chakra. Specific asanas that can target this chakra include bow pose, boat pose, lion pose, mountain pose, warrior pose, and seated spinal twists. So there's lots of yoga videos that you can look up on YouTube. There's lots of apps that you can follow. So if you're like, I don't have time to go to a yoga studio, which we do have yoga here. I do believe we have free yoga classes. So at the Crystal Bowl Wellness Center. So if you really are interested in going to a class, we do have them here. But there's also YouTube videos that you can look at with these specific poses in mind, or you could even put, solar plexus chakral opening and aligning yoga poses, and there will be like hundreds that'll pop up for you. So that is a good thing to try. So beyond yoga, movement in general can be effective in balancing this chakra, as exercise can help to create an individual sense of strength, growth, and power. So in general, with any sort of activity that you do, I would say, just to really get this area spinning, powerful movement is very, very effective for this area. So like high intensity interval training, weightlifting, even like interval runs and using your body in like a cardiac, like high cardiac output type of activity, that lights up this energy, because it creates that pitta, that fire that needs to be occurring right here. Okay, so it's funny because oftentimes when people do some of this activity, they experience more intestinal movement in that area, which can cause a little bit of upset, especially if you're not used to it. And so sometimes people will go for a run, or they'll go for their workout where it's high intensity, and then they're like, oh, I got to use the restroom. Very, very common and normal, but just understand that like if you have an issue in this area and it's slow, and then you start utilizing that really high intensity movement, that could happen. That's okay. And just as a forewarning, that could happen. Okay, so let's see. There are a variety of emotional and mental tools to employ too. For instance, try a visualization such as the breathing in and radiating back out of spinning golden light from the solar plexus. The chakra expanding wider with each breath. And this chakra is really about expansion, because it is literally like the name in and of itself is a solar space. It is a sun space. It is outward projecting energy. So this is like pulling in, this is giving out. Okay, this area. Let's see. So, or try a meditation designed for the solar plexus chakra, like the ones that I was telling you guys about that you can find on YouTube. Same thing with the meditation. You can find the meditation on solar plexus. Likewise, use the vibrations of a drawn-out vocalization of the seed syllable RAM. If I'm saying that, or RAM. I might have to look that up and make sure that I'm saying that right, to target the solar plexus chakra and bring it back into alignment. And it says here, and remember to pronounce it as Ram, not as Ram, like the animal. Okay, so there you go, Ram. Okay, affirmations can be beneficial to incorporate into the chakra balancing work too. They are often included in yoga flows or guided meditations, but they can be used at any point throughout the day when the solar plexus might need a little boost. So, for example, consider speaking a few of these in front of the bathroom mirror every morning. So affirmations for the solar plexus chakra include, I am enough. I have purpose. I know who I am and I live true to myself. I am confident and authentic. Authentic. I am authentically saying every word wrong right now. Sorry, okay. So I am confident and authentic. I am strong, capable, and powerful. Okay? So another approach is to use aromatherapy and essential oils to balance the chakra in a more passive way, as oils can be diffusing while you engage in other activities, whether chakra related or not. For the solar plexus chakra, try scents like cedarwood, bergamot, rosemary, and chamomile. I'd also like to add that citrus is very, very effective for this area, especially lemon. So like lemon balm, the herb, and also lemon, the scent from the actual fruit is very, very good. I think a really effective tool if you do have a slow moving solar plexus area is to heat up hot water and put lemon in it. And it's almost like making like just a lemon infused water, like a tea basically. And that is very effective for getting this area moving. It wakes up that gastral area. They recommend that anyway, just when you wake up in the morning, to drink lemon water, like hot lemon water, because it fires up that pitta again, this fire part of your space, okay? So when struggling with solar plexus chakra, perhaps the simplest thing to do is make small choices that create feelings of personal power and authenticity. Whether it is wearing a certain color, item of clothing, perfume, or hairstyle, not to mention the number of other choices available to make throughout the day, even the smallest daily decisions can aid in the alignment of the solar plexus chakra. So now that has all been said, now we kind of understand what the solar plexus is, what its purpose is, how to recognize if you have an out of balance solar plexus chakra or if you have a block. Now let's talk about utilizing crystals to actually aid in this space's movement and aid in this space's energy expulsion and creation, okay? So the mainstay crystal for like all of this for solar plexus, this is like the one that always comes to mind for me, is citrine. So this is citrine. Hopefully you guys can see this. So citrine, it's a really pretty gold color, and it is very representative of your solar plexus. And I'll hand these to you guys so that you can look at them a little bit more closely. So the citrine crystal is a powerful cleanser and regenerator. It has the power of the sun. It is warming, energizing, and highly creative. It absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy, and is therefore extremely protective for the environment. Citrine energizes every level of life. It is an aura protector and acts as an early warning system so that action can be taken to protect oneself. Citrine cleanses and balances the subtle bodies, aligning them with the physical. So one thing I wanted to note is that citrine can sometimes change its color if you wear it enough. Sometimes it even looks a little bit brown, which like I had an ametrine, which is a quartz crystal that has amethyst and citrine kind of grown together, which is so beautiful, and it aligns like this upper center of the amethyst and then the citrine center, which is all like of your very powerful areas, which, you know what I mean, this is it's like a power crystal, so it kind of like balances and aligns and, you know, projects really powerfully in just one stone. But I found that sometimes that citrine portion can get a little browned out. So I don't think that that's a bad thing. I just think that there might be some like maybe overexposure to like sun or overexposure to like oils or something like that on your skin. I just find that it can get a little bit brown over time, and I think that that's okay. It just kind of changes its color. But in general, you want it to look like this very bright, sunny yellow color. So citrine is also very uplifting. So a lot of times if you're feeling like kind of low, sluggish, citrine can help reinvigorate those, like your overall sense of energy. Okay, so the next one is yellow calcite, and I specifically have a lemon calcite, which is very, very similar, and it's a ball of this one. I'm trying to do both. I have a camera up here and a camera down here, so I'm trying to like show all you guys. Okay, So lemon calcite, also a very pretty yellow color, but you can see there's some differences here. You know, there's like some striations that occur, sorry, like a brown striation and like some kind of white looking things happening. So that's lemon calcite or yellow calcite. So yellow calcite is an eliminator and stimulates the will. Its energy is, especially as an elixir, is uplifting, and it enhances meditation, inducing a deep state of relaxation and spirituality and linking to the highest source of spiritual guidance. It stimulates the higher mind, used at the crown and solar plexus chakras, and then also golden calcite has an extremely expansive energy, which I wonder if I brought some golden calcite actually. I don't know if this one might be. Yeah, here we go. So golden calcite along with yellow or lemon calcite looks very similar. This is more of a raw version. See, it's not as like you know, see-through as the citrine. So it looks more like this is, I think this also might be honey calcite. So specifically, so golden calcite has an extremely expansive energy. And lemon calcite operates as slowly and unconsciously. It can set up a path of self-examination, specifically driving towards the depths of our motivation or lack thereof, focus, confidence, and determination. The energies of the stone immediately resonate in our gut and slowly begin to expand outwards in all directions, specifically our physical and emotional bodies. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. All right, so I don't have any yellow tourmaline, and I didn't have any at the shop, but I'll go over what yellow tourmaline can do for your solar plexus. So yellow tourmaline enhances personal power. It opens up the spiritual pathways and benefits intellectual pursuits and business affairs. For healing, it treats the stomach, liver, spleen, kidney, and gallbladder. So all those areas that are in the solar plexus space. Okay, so the next one I kind of went off the rails a little bit on because I really, really love this stone a lot. And I actually have two different, I have a raw version. So this is tiger's eye. And we talked about tiger's eye when I was going over the sacral area, but tiger's eye is also beneficial for both areas, your solar and your sacral plexus. So we have the raw, and this is the polished version of tiger's eye. And it's really, really beautiful. It reminds me a lot of like wood and how it looks. And like the beautiful striations in this and how it looks, the gold and yellow and brown, it's very lovely. So, tiger's eye. Tiger's eye combines earth energy with the energy of the sun to create high vibrational states that is nevertheless grounded, drawing the spiritual energies to earth. Placed on the third eye, it enhances psychic abilities in earthly people and balances the lower chakral centers and stimulates the rise of Kundalini energy. Now, Kundalini is like a whole other thing. Basically, it's just it is a stimulation of this snake that starts in your sacral area that moves up your spine and ends in your third eye, and it's like a it's a very it's more of like a sexual stimulating energy which connects you to source and then to other people and you can do it yourself, but that is like a very layman definition of that. But just so that you guys, if you kind of go like, what the heck is Kundalini, that's like a very base description of what that is. There's like a whole long thing, and I will have a separate class for that, but like just to kind of dip your toe into the Kundalini waters. That's sort of what it looks like, but I digress. Okay, tiger's eye is a protective stone that was traditionally carried as a talisman against ill wishing and curses. It shows the correct use of power and brings out integrity. It assists in accomplishing goals, recognizing inner resources, and promoting clarity of intention. It's excellent for people who are spaced out or non-committed. It grounds and facilitates manifestation of the will. It anchors change into the physical body, and it's helpful with resolving dilemmas and conflict, especially internal conflict. And especially if that conflict is representative of your willpower, or if there's anything with your integrity and personal power that's being conflicted with, okay? It grounds and facilitates manifestation of the will. It anchors change into the physical body. I went over that, sorry. It's helpful with resolving dilemmas and integrates the hemispheres of the brain and it's great for mental dis-ease, not disease, but mental dis-ease, but it's also helpful with personality disorders, which actually is a mental disease, and heals issues of self-worth, self-criticism, and blocked creativity. It aids in recognizing one's talents and abilities, and conversely, faults that need to be overcome. It balances yin and yang energies in the emotional body, and it alleviates depression and lifts mood. So tiger's eye aids in night visions. So if you're one of those people that has pretty visually stimulating or very descriptive dreams, this would be a really great tool to have at your nightstand, or maybe if you have a headboard, you can put it a safe place on a headboard, as long as it's a small piece. Don't be putting big pieces of tiger right above your back. I'm just worried somebody's gonna get knocked on the head or something like that in the middle of the night. But either way, it'd be helpful to kind of help you understand what those visions are when you dream, so that way you can kind of understand what the message is. It heals the throat and reproductive organs and dissolves constrictions. It is also helpful in repairing broken bones. Throw that out there, right? What? Also, it talked about gem elixirs in this, and I did talk a little bit about that last week. And there are certain stones that you don't want to use, but I feel because there are some toxic dust that's associated with some of the raw versions of some of these crystals, but I feel a lot of quartzes are usually totally fine. Citrine is fine. Tiger's eye should be totally fine as long as it's not in its raw state. If it's polished and tumbled, it's usually okay. Just be mindful that tiger's eye in its raw form, the dust there can be some toxins that are there. So if you're wanting to make a gem elixir, just to err on the side of caution, use stones that are tumbled or polished, because that generally keeps in a lot of those dust particles and things, okay? So the next one is yellow jasper. I don't have yellow jasper, but I do have yellow jade. So I'll bring that one up in a minute, but let me see if I can find, that's on the outside. I'll just go over the yellow jasper. So this protects during spiritual work and physical travel. So for all of you that travel for your work, it might be good just to have a little yellow jasper as a additional little token of protection for while you are on the go. It channels positive energy and making you feel physically better. And it energizes the endocrine system. So if you have issues with hormone imbalance, this would be a really great stone for you to have. Yellow jasper stimulates the solar plexus chakra. It releases toxins and heals digestion and the stomach. It is best positioned on the forehead, chest, wrist, or placed over an area of pain until it eases. Okay? So the next thing is yellow or golden healer quartz. So let me see. Okay, so this is actually yellow phantom quartz cluster, but it looks similar. Super, super pretty, right? And just be really careful because this is super expensive. But it's gorgeous. So yellow quartz. Oh yes. This crystal facilitates spiritual communication over a long distance, including between worlds, and empowers healing on all levels. So specifically that crystal that you saw, the yellow phantom quartz cluster, this has the energy, the energy that this crystal has opens one's consciousness to connect with one's soul and to bring into our consciousness one's soul's purpose and the lessons to be learned in this lifetime. This type of quartz supports one's emotionality so that one can release patterns no longer serving you that are held within one's cellular memory, which allows one to move forward in this lifetime. So this is very specific to your solar plexus. So this is all about your seat of willpower and like understanding what your purpose is in this lifetime. Okay, so just a little baby aside. All right, so then there is one, they didn't have this one, but I thought it was really, really interesting. And it's a specialized type of quartz. And it's called Sunshine Aura. And it is a garnish yellow crystal formed from gold and platinum. Its energies are powerful and extremely active. It activates and cleanses the solar plexus, releasing old emotional trauma and hurt. At a spiritual level, Sunshine Aura is expansive and protective. It releases constipation on all levels and releases toxins. Let me see. So I've got a couple other ones that I want to show you guys, and then we'll be done. So peach calcite, which, yeah, it's a really, really pretty, there's lots of white inclusions in this, and a really pretty peach color. It's really soft. Okay, so peach calcite is a stone that can relieve emotional fear, mental breakdown, depression, accidents, rape, divorce, and suicidal thoughts. So really helps with really intense issues and trauma that you've undergone over the course of your life. This can help you move through that healing process. It is particularly helpful with phobias. Peach calcite, so peach calcite restores mental and emotional equilibrium. It is a crystal that is protective, purifying, grounding, and centering, and can help bring inner peace. It also increases creativity, imagination, and prosperity. Calcite is also a stone of spirituality, wisdom, and reconciliation. Calcite of different colors is great for using to open and balance the various chakras, but this one in particular is very, very powerful for your sacral and your solar plexus. Okay, so, and then, let's see. All right, so this one I couldn't help myself because I absolutely love chalcopyrite or iron pyrite or fool's gold. And she has a whole bunch of these spheres that are super rad. Oop, sorry, there we go. Doesn't it look kind of like the moon or a planet of some kind? So pretty. Here you go, dear. It's a little heavy. Okay, so chalcopyrite is the stone of the mystic, and it has the ability to open your crown chakra and your channels for the flow of information. It's an excellent crystal that will aid your meditation and help you achieve the state of mind. It enhances your perception by removing any signs of energy blockage. It will increase your understanding of all the aspects of the universe and help you make contact with ancient civilizations, which is amazing. I mean, I would like to talk to people from Atlantis or Lemuria. That would be amazing, right? It helps you to develop and strengthen your inner vision, and it gives you grounding and stabilizing energy that helps keep balance, and it promotes abundance. And for all of you Leos out there, that's a really good stone for you, along with Tiger's Eye as well. So anyway, that is pretty much it. I have a couple of examples of, I have another honey calcite here. This is a really pretty honey calcite cabochon here. So yeah, that is all the solar plexus stones. So do you, oh yeah, he's carrying all the crystals today. Okay. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Do either of you have any questions questions. Oh, I have one more. I'm so sorry. There's one more. So this one's really small, and I actually did grab a raw version of this stone in the shop. So sunstone. Hello, sunstone. Hello. Okay. So really, really beautiful little stone. It has like these orange and yellow and white and even some like gold inclusions in this little baby. And this is a super, super energizing stone. It really does help you feel really happy. It increases your energy, and if you're feeling kind of down, this is another one of those stone, like citrine or any of the other crystals, but citrine in particular is another one that's really good with amplifying that happy energy. So is sunstone. It is literally just increases that feeling of energy, happy energy, and overall vitality. And I actually love to have sunstone on me, especially like when I need to go to work, because it's also very protective, but it also keeps me feeling energized, happy, and confident in my body. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That is all about the solar plexus and all about crystals that help with keeping your solar plexus spinning, keeping you feel happy, keeping you feel energized, keeping you feel like you understand where you're at in your life and who you are in your space and your personal power and confidence. Do you guys have any questions at all?
I do have a couple.
Sure, yeah, please.
Now you were saying for some like yoga poses that will help with balancing. Does that go the same? Because I didn't go to the sacral one, and I don't know how many were before, but does that still work?
Yes.
For those two?
Yes.
So I can look it up.
Yes. So with the sacral area, I think they would be very beneficial, those ones that I listed. Also hip, like any pelvic opening, because this is all your sacral area. Your pelvic area, your low back, where basically from your navel down is all like your sacral area. Okay, so anything that's going to be opening up of your pelvis and in this area is going to be very, very helpful. So the seated spinal twists are going to be helpful with this area, as well as your sacral solar plexus area. But then there are like hip opening ones that would be very, very helpful specifically to your sacral area. And I think some of the yoga instructors will be able to tell you a little bit in more detail, but that's just where my train of thought is like, because your hips and especially your pelvis is that seat of that manifesting power, that magnetic power, that area of water and wisdom. That's all here, and that's like, okay, so let's open up our pelvis, let's open up that area. And I think even some balancing positions would be very helpful with this area as well. Really, overall, the whole system is good with any balancing poses. But so the pelvic opening, like hip opening, would be very helpful as well. I would think like the traditional lotus pose, so when you're sitting and you have your legs crossed, and then there's some that you bend over the actual like pose, like when you're sitting, that opens up all that area. And I think there's one where you have your heels closest to your butt, and then you can move them with your feet together, and you kind of move them out slowly and bring the crown of your head down. That's a really good hip opener. Pigeon pose is a really good hip opener. And then there's also lizard, which is you're in like a runner, like a what's it called? Like when you're in a lunge, but it's a really, really low lunge, and you're putting your forearms on the ground, and you allow your whatever leg is in front to kind of bow outward, and that's very opening to your hips and that area. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's another one that would be really good. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that do yoga that are like, this one, and I'm like, I can't remember. Let me see if somebody put up here. Oh, okay. Oh, I was just buying Tiger's Eye and clicked on this to hear you speak about it. Coincidence? Definitely not. It was meant to be. So yeah, I think that those are some really great yoga poses to help with that sacral opening area.
Okay. So I missed one class. There was just one more before this one that you did.
There was actually a couple because I did a luck crystal, which inadvertently is also associated with the heart because most of those abundance and luck crystals are green. That was on towards the middle of March or the beginning of March, and so all those green crystals are really heart opening. And then we did the protective stones, which, that's more associated with your root chakra, and then sacral, and then we did today.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So just a couple. There's one that's on my YouTube channel. That is the luck crystals. And then we did a heart crystals one, like specifically just for the heart, and I think that was in like February. Then we did the sacral, and then the root, sacral, and then now solar plexus.
And they're on your YouTube channel?
So there's one on the YouTube channel, and the rest are on the Instagram. Okay. On the Instagrams. So, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the one with the beautiful, I don't know.
This one right here, the really big one?
Yeah.
This is yellow phantom quartz.
Okay.
And this is in a cluster. I think that you can probably get this not in a cluster, and it probably won't be as expensive. She was just asking about the yellow phantom quartz cluster. Yes.
I have the same one that was good for spirit communication over long distances.
I think so. Let me see. No, this one is opens up consciousness to connect with one's soul. So this is more of you can connect with. This is more of connecting with your soul and bringing consciousness to your soul's purpose and lessons that can be learned in this lifetime.
What was the name of the one that was? It was yellow golden healer quartz.
Oh yes. So let me see. Yes. So there's a golden quartz, which I believe is this one here. This is the golden golden quartz, or it also looks like honey calcite as well. Quartz is generally, you're going to find, looks a lot like citrine, because quartz is usually very clear looking. You know what I mean? If you've ever seen a clear quartz or rose quartz, those are all, or even amethyst, those are types of quartz. And so they're very clear and they have a very high vibration to it. So usually yellow quartz or golden healer quartz, they're going to look very similar to citrine. You just want to pay attention to the labels when you go to the different shops and stuff like that, because they'll be able to show you what they really look like. Because this is just citrine, but I imagine they look very, very similar to what those look like. Let me see. That's one in calcite. Yep. Oh yeah, and then did I already go over yellow jade?
No.
Oh, okay. That's the last one then. We'll do yellow jade and then we'll be officially done. Okay, so, oh my gosh, and he has all of the, you're being so patient. Okay, so the last one is yellow jade and then we're officially done. So yellow jade is a gemstone that can reduce the amount of energy waste, and it has its meanings and properties are usually, it supports the owner to become independent. This gemstone can improve the dependable tendency. You would be able to have the strength to win happiness with your power. It invites a warm feeling of happiness, and yellow jade will make you feel balanced, wise, and more enlightened as you can improve and transform for the better. So it's funny, there's little zodiac signs that are associated with this, so I kind of love that. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Libra. And an affirmation for yellow jade is, I am well balanced in all of my relationships. So love that. So that's all the things. So as far as your question about which one is the one, it was the golden healer quartz, right? That was helping you with communication. Yeah, I think that one is, yes, facilitate spiritual communication over a long distance. That's yellow golden healer quartz. You guys have any? Yeah, you're welcome. Did you guys have any other questions or comments or anything like that for me?
No, thank you for all of your wisdom.
Yeah, no problem. It was my pleasure. Again, it's what I love to do, so I'm happy to do it. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, you guys, so that is all. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on my Instagram page, or I have a website, www.thirdeyewithlorelei.com, and that's 3RD, EYEWITHLORELEI, not THIRD, because a lot of people will be like, I can't find it, and it's because I do the 3RD, not the THIRD. So you can contact me there. I have an email through there. I have a phone line that you can reach me if you want to text. And that way we can connect and talk to each other, and and grow and flourish and thrive. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking at you again next Tuesday. All right. Love and light to everybody.